The friend zone is extremely damaging to our mental health for a number of reasons. For one, it's reinforcing the belief that you're not good enough. By holding on to romantic feelings for someone who doesn't reciprocate them, you're constantly being made to feel less than. The other reason is we're literally sitting around waiting for something to happen that never will. We're holding on to false hope only to be severely disappointed in the end. You could actually be spending that time building a better relationship with yourself or with someone who truly values you for who you are. Because the truth is, if you're even entertaining this kind of dynamic, if you've even, allowed yourself to be in the friend zone, you most likely have a lot of issues with low self-esteem and low self-worth. And that kind of stuff has to be overcame and healed, usually on your own. It's not going to happen in this sort of toxic friend zone dynamic. Now, just to be clear, a mutual platonic friendship between two people is not being friend zoned. All right. The friend zone means one person really is romantically attracted to the other person, but that person only sees them as a friend. So the way to avoid this is to make your intentions clear from the start. You do this by being flirtatious, by teasing, by really just asking them out right from the beginning. As soon as you've realized that you're romantic or sexually attracted to another person, you really want to make those intentions clear. You want to convey that to them. Now, you don't have to just, come right out and say, hey, I want to have sex with you. But like I said, when you tease and you flirt and you ask them out, you can kind of gauge how they feel about you because they're going to react very positively to this kind of stuff. And if not, if they don't respond positively to it, then at that point, it's probably better to just leave the situation and walk away. Because friend zoning happens really, pretty simply just by acting, because you're acting like a fucking friend. You know what I mean? You're not really making a move. You're being their friend instead of acting like a romantic partner, which is the direction that you want the relationship to go in. I think it really mostly happens when there's like no sexual polarity between two people. I mean, if you act like a friend to somebody, they're going to treat you like a friend. And I think that a lot of the times, like the main reason that this happens, especially to men, is that they're just too afraid to take that risk to, be honest about how they feel, or to do things like tease and flirt and so on. That can be very risky for a lot of men, because they're scared of rejection. That's really what it comes down to. But I'm telling you, I know the rejection is scary and, you don't want to make things awkward and this and that, but being in that friend zone scenario makes you feel very, very low about yourself. And in my opinion, it should be avoided at all costs because it's a friendship that's based on a lie. That's not like a true healthy friendship. And it gets to a point where you kind of have to face reality that it's probably not going to happen. I think a lot of us stay in that friend zone scenario because we think that one day, things are going to work out, but it very, very rarely does, in my experience and my opinion. And you'll know that you're in the friend zone because it won't feel natural. It's going to feel weird. And especially if the person that you like romantically is talking about other sexual partners and romantic partners and you feel like you're their friend, that's probably what they see you as. So how do you get out of this type of situation? Well, you basically just be honest and you say, listen, I don't really see you as a friend and I think I have to take some time to myself. This isn't really working for me. Just be honest and be mature about it. Mature communication is the best possible thing you can do. And the other thing is, I know a lot of people say you can't really escape the friend zone and you can't get out of it. If somebody sees you as a friend, it's kind of done. And I agree with that for the most part. But one thing you could try is to just sort of change the dynamic a little bit. So if you're used to treating the other person, if you guys are kind of have this friend relationship, you can kind of maybe over time sort of change the way that you treat them a little bit. You can try things like, if you're a male especially, you could try things like stepping into your masculine energy, leading a little bit more, being a little bit more flirtatious, a little, teasing here and there. And possibly over time, they might look at you in a different light. I don't know. I think the reason that doesn't happen a lot because people don't really, they don't have the capability of truly changing. And they don't think that they're really the problem. They don't think that anything they're doing is wrong. So they don't try to make changes. And that's why, I don't think you should necessarily change just for this reason. Those types of changes are probably going to be good in general because it'll kind of help you overcome your fears and your low self-esteem. Personally, to wrap everything up, I would recommend just walking away from this situation because the truth is, if that person is even entertaining this, if they're allowing you into their life as just a friend, when they know usually the other person can tell that you like them like that. And if they know this and they're just treating you like a friend, they're probably kind of immature to begin with. So my overall advice is to walk away from this situation, is to go do your own healing, understand why you got put into the friend zone, understand where you went wrong, and then fix that for the future. So those are just a couple of my thoughts on being friend zoned. It's something I've dealt with. That I didn't really get into my personal stories too much, but I've definitely gone through it. And I realized that it was due to me just not being able to take action, for me not being firm. And it's really the worst feeling ever. So avoid the friend zone, please. Thank you.